Happy Monday, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hope you are doing awesome. I am doing fantastic. Got a little pep in my step today, everyone. I'm super stoked. I literally got about 60 minutes of sleep last night, yet I have like all this energy, which I shouldn't. It's going to hit me later on. We're on, I think, my like third cup of mug of tea at this point. But yeah, it's not a lot of sleep last night, but we've got the title up here. Am I taken for granted? And you're probably thinking, why are you so excited about talking about this? But I'm going to get into it here. So let's just jump into this. So this weekend, Chris and I had a little staycation. Super stoked about that. And I highly encourage this. And we're going to get into this. Why? For a lot of reasons. But I honestly, I haven't taken any vacation since really for the first year. It's not something usually, I really preach against that. At all possible, always try to take vacation. Like schedule it as much, even if it's a little, like any type of little staycation, anything you can do, just highly encourage it. But it got me thinking a little bit, like even this little, like anytime back when Chris and I first met, it was the very first trip we took together, and he told me, hey, we can go on this, but here's the thing: is that you have to leave your laptop and everything back in. You get completely unplugged, and I just go, I just wasn't really sure about this whole situation there. I was like, what? And that was the first time it really hit like, holy crap, this is what a vacation really is, when you completely unplug from everything. So it was just that it was really just us, the two of us. We went to a Bulls game on Friday night. Saturday night, we did go out with some friends, but just honestly, just us, the two of us, and our beloved city of Chicago, and really cold Chiberia temperatures, which that part I wasn't so much a fan of, but literally did nothing. It was so great just to literally just get back, relax, and just have some time for us. So I say that to let's go into little rest, relaxation, and it's too often that we take for granted the people that are right in front of us, right? And that happens all the time. And whether it's in our personal lives, but I want to go, obviously, this show is about obviously business and our business in general and our industry. But so are we doing this in our lives of with our employees, with our customers, with our clients? Are we taking them for granted? So when you think about this, okay, let's examine this a little bit here. So when you're looking at your employees, are they just some disposable? Nah, they're just butts and chairs. Like that's fine. They're just whatever. We don't really care about them. Are they just merely a number to you? Are you really even that concerned about their well-being? And we've all most likely been in a position where we're in that industry, or we're at a job that's just a job, and we know that they're 100%, they don't give a shit about us. Like, we've all been there. We all know that. And if you're an owner, start thinking about this a little bit more. Like, how do you see your employees? And we'll get to the client portion in a second, but let's start with the employee portion of it. How do you see your employees? I mean, do you really even care about them? Do you really take the time to figure out why is it they want, what motivates them? Because a lot of times it's not the money. The money's a means to an end, but what is that? And we've talked about that in another episode, but really diving into what drives them. And are you ensuring that they have the work-life balance? Because it's important for you, but it's really important for them as well. And I love that the quote by Gary V. And if you don't know, everyone should know who Gary Vaynerchuk. If you don't follow him, please follow him, because he's obviously Gary V, and he does what he does, and he's very successful in what he does. But he has a quote that says, "Too many managers think that people are working for them. They don't realize that they should be working for their employees. I always approach a management style from the perspective that I'm working for my employees. They're the boss of me. As a manager, your first job is to practice humility before anything else. Work for the people on your team. Once you make the mental shift, it's fascinating how many things just flow from there." So I go back to this. Okay, how are we treating our employees? How are we treating we'll get into the customers as well, because we all know happy employees, happy workplace, more profitable. So as a manager, as an owner, do you have that mindset that you are working for your employees? Are you checking in? Are you giving them the time off that they need? Are you, and it's so much more than just time off, but really like diving into it. And are you just taking them for granted? And then as yourself, as the owner, are you taking the time off needed to recuperate and to rest and re-energize? That I'm making up Brookish words here now, but doing all those things that then you can then go back and make, okay, now I'm 100% where I can give you everything that is needed. Because these all come together here. So we'll take this a step further, going to the client thing. And as always, it's a Monday. I keep these episodes short. You all know me at this point. And not only is it Monday, when we are, what is it, 19th? I mean, we're like 10 days away from the end of the year, which is just like, yeah, whatever. So going to my client side, this one always gets me as well, especially if I'll say client slash customer. So from the top on down, if the ownership is championing the employee, this will most likely filter all down because it's usually how it works. If they're not, this is what happens then is that the clients then, or how you treat the client and the customer, are you taking them for granted? Do you, the minute they walk the door, are you just seeing dollar signs or thinking, ah, it's such a paycheck, just a paycheck. I don't really need to, really, once again, just take them for granted. So are you taking your customers and your clients now, are you taking them for granted? If you truly had to recommend yourself, would you recommend yourself to yourself? That's pretty telling. Or would you recommend a family member to yourself? Knowing how you work, would you have the honor and integrity to recommend yourself to yourself? So this all got me thinking a little bit in this mindset of that even though let's say that you do see them as a paycheck, that you do see them as dollar signs. Do you really think that your body language and your communication isn't going to come across? Because if you do, you're dead wrong. Dead wrong. Because all that comes through, as much as you may try to hide it, all of that's going to come through that you see that client or consumer that way versus you see them as, hey, let me help you. How may I help you? Let's get you in the car or whatever it may be. That comes across. And then they're going to be more likely to refer their friends, their family. Hey, let me tell you about how great Bob was. Let me tell you how great Chris was, how great Susie was. And that all is a domino effect because you really do have their needs in front of yours. So going back to this is that, do we really have their best interests in mind? Are we working to really assist them? And I go with, and I don't care what type of relationship it is, whether it's a personal and or business relationship. When the person leaves your office, leaves a conversation, leaves a meeting, are they better off than when they came in? And that's really telling as well. Do you, once again, do you have your best interest in mind? Because if you don't, that's going to be a really short term relationship, right? And there's no going to be return on it whatsoever. There's no repeat and referral business on that one. So going back to, like I said, wrapping this up pretty quickly here, that this world is just going to open up so much more when you do value not only yourself, but your employees, your team members, your clients, and even your loved ones. So going back to what Gary Vee was saying, is just that once you make that mental shift, it's just fascinating how many things will flow from there. So just please take the time to recharge, to refocus, to center yourself, and make sure your team members are doing it as well. So if you own a business or you're managing a team, please make sure that your team has the time to do this. If they're off on a Saturday, don't be calling them on a Saturday. Like let them be. Let them be. If they're off on vacation, don't be blowing up their phone. Let them be. And let them do these things. So when they come back to work, they're recharged and ready to go. It makes such a difference. And it also brings you more profit because at that point, they're wanting to get back to work. They're wanting to make more money to go do those things they want to do. So if they're motivated not by money, but that money leads to, hey, I want more money because it means to ends for me. Maybe they actually want to go travel the world, or I want to buy more shoes. Well, okay, in order to buy more shoes, I got to make more money, but it's really not the money that's motivating me. It's the shoes that are motivating me. So they're going to spend time off, recharge, come back, and now I can make more money to buy those shoes. Or it's whatever it may be, but get to the knowing to know your employees. And same with your client, getting to know it's not just a paycheck. Hey, what's your end goal here? What does you want to do? How may I best assist you to get to your goals? So wrapping this up here, happy employees equals a happy business and a productive business and a successful business. And same thing with your clients. All these things intertwine. So take some time. Remember to step back and know that the world is much bigger than the computer screen right in front of you, and to take a step back and as much as possible, do not take the people in front of you for granted. I know we all do it, but take a minute to thank them and spend some time with them. And whether that's in professional and in personal life, Remember them. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great week. Start your week well and have a great week. And we will see everyone on Friday. We'll see everyone. All right. Bye bye.